I'm on the River Dove. Now as you can see, the river is in flood. It's absolutely bombing through. It's chocolate brown and it's going through at with quite a pace. Now there's no way we could stick a bait out in the middle of that in the main flow and expect it to hold. Already expect fish to be out in that. So what we're going to do is going to walk along the river and see if we can find a few slack areas on the inside that may hold fish. This is going to be my first swim. So you can see the main flow is sort of on the far side here, but then on this near side, sort of round here, you've got some slacker water. So now the fish may sit in that water where you don't have the really fast-paced flow. So I'm going to drop a boilie out here with a PVA bag on the hook. Well, it's just gone dark and we have a bite. Okay. Seems to have got stuck. Right, well, what I'm going to do, it seems to have got stuck below me somewhere. I'm going to take my net and go downstream, see if I can figure out where it is. Oh no! Oh no, it's still on. Still on. Oh, fish is still on. Fish is still on. There it is. So it was a chub. Oh. Right, let's see if we can land it down here. Wow, literally just got dark. There we go. Mr. Chub in the net. Oh, let's have a look. There we go. It's not huge, but still, it's a nice fish. Right, give that a rest, and then we'll have a look at it in a moment. Here we are, chub, £2, 3 ounce. Not big, but still very welcome in a very murky River Dove. Right, we'll get it put back. There it goes. Let's put it back. There it goes. So I've just finished now in that first swim. Just after dark I had that chub, £2, 3 ounce. Nothing else since. The river looks like it's still rising, which is not good. But anyway, I'm going to move on and go and have a try in my second swim. See if anything's home there. Okay, so see you in a bit. So I've just had a quick go in that second swim. I've got to be honest, I didn't really fancy it too much. The river is rising and it's really quite swirly now down. And I was dropping it in just off the bank, but it's swirling around a lot, and yeah, I'm just not really very confident. So I've done 45 minutes, just had the one cast, but yeah, don't fancy it much. So I'm going to move on and try swim 3. So see you in a bit. Wow, we have a fish. I'm not quite sure what it is yet. It feels quite strong. I'm not sure if it's a good chub. It probably does feel more chub than barbel, if I'm honest. But let's see if we can get it up and see what it is. I think it's going to be a chub. There it is. Yes, another chub. Oh, look, a decent fish though. Considering the conditions, that's not bad. Right, I'll give that a sec and then we'll have a look. There we are. Just under £4, £3.15. But yeah, nice fish though. Feels quite chunky. But yeah, 3.15 the scale said, so we'll go with that. Right, we'll get it back. I'm not going to take a photo, I'm just going to get it back. Let it get its breath. There we go. Didn't take long, wasn't out long. There he goes, off he goes. So that's it, I'm all packed up, I'm back in the car now, just about to head home. So just the 2 chub in the end. I arrived about 1:30, had a good look along the river, what pegs might be fishable. You know, the river was already 1.2 metres on the old interweb river levels website. Now it's normally 0.5, so it was already 2 foot up on normal. I had a good walk around, bumped into one of my mates, had a good chat to him, bumped into another angler, had a good chat to him as well. By the time I actually finished walking around and chatting and got my stuff out of the car, it was like 3:30. So I started in peg 1 at 3:30, ended up with a £2 chub. I moved to the second peg, but I didn't really fancy it in the end. By the time I got to it and the river had continued rising, it was very swirly, and I did drop a bait in for 45 minutes, but didn't fancy it. And then I went to peg 3, or swim 3, and I really fancied swim 3. When I looked at it earlier, it was lovely, smooth water, just walking pace. The trees below me were protecting it, but by the time I got to it, like 3 hours later, it was no longer a nice smooth stretch of water. It was all boiling and it was a lot higher. So I dropped the bait literally just a couple of feet off the edge of the bank. Had the 1 chub, £3.15, so almost 4. And then a bit later on I had a real proper line bite. A fish had obviously got caught in the line. It really, you know, pinged it a few times, but that was it. By the time I've just finished now, it's 1.5 metres, it's gone up another foot, and there's a lot of debris coming down now as well, a lot of weed. So but still, so I started at 3:30, I've packed up at 8, so 4.5 hours, couple of chub, yeah, and now off home. So see you again. Hi, welcome to another video. Today I'm fishing on the River Soar. It's the first time I've ever fished on this river. It's January, it's barely above freezing. It was like -4 last night, so it's pretty cold. I really came today to have a good look at the river, do a bit of a recce. To be honest, I've walked the whole stretch with my deeper, having a look at all the various depths, which is really planning for when the planning for when the weather is better. It's always good doing a bit of preparation, particularly this time of year or in the close season. Just saves a bit of time later on and gives you a good understanding of the stretch. So I've done that, done my recce. So I've got a few hours now, and I'm just going to walk along the river and do a bit of fishing with bread, just see if I can find any chub. I'll just show you this first swim. This is my first swim. I'm only going to be fishing sort of down the side here, just to see if there's any chub hanging around along here. That's going to be the plan anyway. So yeah, time to do the first cast. So hopefully I'll be able to show you a chub or two. Right, this is a really simple rig. It's a 2-ounce feeder. It's running on the line. It's a £6 straight through line, size 6 hook with a piece of bread flake. That's it. Very straightforward. Let's see if I can find any chub. That's it. Let's see if there's any chub home. Well, there's definitely some activity down there. Just never know how big the fish are, really. And we're in. This is actually the first cast. There we go. Simple as that. A bit of bread flake. First cast. Nice looking chub. Right, we'll get it out and we'll have a look. Here's that chub then. £2.4. Not a big chub, but still nice start. Literally first cast. So yeah, we'll get it back and we'll have another couple of casts in this swim, just see if there's any more chub at home. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully see you in a bit. Just had the little knock then, just before I switch the camera on. Just a few little plucks on the end. I'm still in the first swim. Since that fish on the first cast, I've had, I don't know, 4 or 5 more casts. I mean, I'm not leaving it in very long between casts, because obviously the bread flake will fairly quickly get picked up and taken off the hook by small fish probably. So yeah, so I'm only giving it 5 minutes a cast probably, but it's gone very quiet. So I was just thinking about moving, but I've just seen just a touch, so we'll just give it another few minutes before we move on, I think. And we're in again. We're in again. We're in again. This is on cheese paste. I switched to cheese paste, and as you can see, we've got another chub. Still in the same first peg as well. Hey, you're not going down there, mate. In that net. In it goes. In the net. Oh. Excellent. Right, we'll give it a minute and then we'll have a proper look. So here's that fish, second chub, £3.2. So a bit bigger this one. Tail damage as well, but still. This one was on the cheese paste, as I said when I was playing it, so it feels very cold actually, the fish. That water's cold. Right, we'll get it back. Well, that chub's all rested. There it goes. Thank you for popping in. So this is my second swim. There's a nice flow here. There's a little bit of a bush to my left here, and then because the bank is sort of juts back a little bit here, it could be a good place for chub to lie. So I'm going to try sort of casting down here and see if there's anything at home. Right, I'm going to get myself sorted and then get the rod out. Okay, so this is the third swim. I already fancied that second swim, probably more than the first one, but nothing, no indications at all. I had half a dozen casts and I thought I'd not seen a single touch, so I've moved on. So I'm going to try this swim. It's quite, the water seems quite quick here, but you never know. I'm going to give it a go, see if anything's looking to feed in this slightly quicker water, which hopefully might be bringing food down. It's about as warm as it's going to get today. It's probably about 3 degrees now. It's getting towards late afternoon, so we'll see if this swim brings any joy. Hey! Oh!
No.
Yeah, we got him.
Oh, brilliant.
We got him.
Oh, that was good timing.
Oh, bloody hell, left me net over here.
You want me to be quiet?
Alright, well, we've got that fish after a number of failed. There it is. In the net. There we go. In the net. There it is. Right, so here's that chub. £2.13. So I missed, I don't know, was it 3 good bites before I managed to get it, but got it in the end with the cheese paste. There it is. Right, we'll get it back, get the rod back out. Yes. Ooh. That was another bite. I've literally only just put that £2 fish back. Just been chatting to someone on the bank. And I've just literally put this back out. This is the next cast. And this feels maybe slightly bigger than the previous ones. Maybe not, we'll see. Shook the bread flake. And bloody net stuck. Oh, see that? Here we go. Give him a quick rest and then we'll have a proper look at him. Yeah, I reckon that's a bit bigger. Here's that fish. I thought it was the biggest of the day, but it's actually not. It's £3.1. So obviously we had a 3.2 earlier, so not the biggest of the day, but still very welcome. It's another fish. That's 4 chub now in a very cold afternoon. So I think that's pretty successful. Right, we'll get it back. Here's that chub, nicely rested. There it goes. Thanks for popping in. Send your big mother. We've got some interest. Go on, take it. Yes! We're in again. Some good chub fishing here on the River Soar. First time I've ever fished the river, but definitely a few chub about. It's a smaller one, but we'll take it. Yeah, it's only a little one. So here's that chub. I've not weighed it. That's, I don't know, pound and a half maybe, whichever. I'm just going to put it back. There it goes. And then I can get the rod back out. So that's 5 chub now. It's definitely right on the cusp of sunset. So get a few more casts hopefully before we have to go. Probably see sunset over there actually. Right, it's back out again. See if we can get another one before it's time to go. Just had a quick indication. There was definitely an inquiry. Come on, take it. Still on. Right, this is the last knockings now. I need to pack up soon. It's going to be dark and I'm not kitted out for fishing at night. I've not got my head torch or anything, so I'm beginning to think now I wish I had bought maybe my head torch and I could have stayed for an hour or two into dark, but it is pretty cold though, to be honest, and once it goes dark it's going to go minus quite quickly, so which is why I didn't bring any night fishing stuff. Oh, Andy, fuck. Well, I think this is going to have to be the last cast because it's getting too dark. Though this is about the 5th last cast. There's definitely fish here. I'm getting indications on pretty much every cast. But yeah, but I'm not. Maybe they're not quite taking it, or I'm not hitting it. I've just put some cheese paste back on for this last cast, just because it's a little bit more robust in terms of staying on the hook. So we'll see if that does the trick. Oh yes, in again. Thought I'd missed that then after the first few flicks. I didn't strike. I thought I'd missed it. Here we are. This is definitely going to be the last fish of the day. In the net. It's definitely getting pretty dark now, so here we go. I'd say that's another probably £3-ish, but we'll have a quick look. Ooh, he's that chub, not quite 3, £2.10. Still 6th one of the day, so I'm really happy with that. And it's definitely the last fish because I'm not going to cast back in anymore now. I want to pack up, so we'll get this back and we'll get packed away. There it is. It'll soon recover. It wasn't out that long. There it goes. See ya. Right, well that's the end of the session. As you can probably see, well hopefully you can see, that it's gone pretty dark now. Gotta be honest, I really enjoyed that. 6 chub in 3.5 hours. Was good fun. Caught half of them I think on cheese paste and half on bread. I literally just used a little 2-ounce feeder which I had bread in, liquidized bread, and on the hook I was just, you know, alternating really between cheese paste and bread. Lots of bites, lots of interest, lots of knocks and taps, so missed some plonking bites as well, but overall a really enjoyable afternoon. A good recce as well, so before I fished I spent about an hour and a half having a good look at the whole stretch, picking out some pegs. I put my Deeper Pro Plus through most of the pegs, so I've got a really good understanding now of the whole stretch and the various depths. Something that I really think is worth doing. You know, if you're going to fish a new stretch, it's worth putting in a bit of effort and doing a bit of research in preparation for, you know, later sessions. So yeah, all done. As I said, it's pretty dark now, so I need to pack up and get going. So hope you enjoyed the session. If you do, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again. Cheers.